The bikini photo that ended my engagement. My name is Marcus. And if someone had told me a year ago that a single photo, just one bikini picture, would unravel the life I had spent years building with the woman I planned to marry, I would have laughed in disbelief. But life has a cruel way of teaching lessons when you least expect it. To really understand how it all came apart, you have to rewind a bit. I was in a serious relationship for over 3 years with a woman named Talia. We didn't start off as lovers, we met through a group of mutual friends, and for a while we were just that, friends. It was easy with her. No pressure, no games, just two people who enjoyed each other's company. Talia had recently come out of a bad relationship when we first met. One night, while we were sharing a bottle of wine and listening to music at my apartment, she opened up about her ex, Travis. According to her, it was a toxic relationship filled with lies and emotional manipulation. She told me how broken she felt afterward, how it had damaged her confidence and sense of worth. I just listened. I didn't interrupt. And I remember thinking to myself, if I ever get the chance to be with her, I'll never make her feel that small again. That night didn't end with a kiss or anything dramatic. But something changed. I made it a silent promise. I wasn't going to be her savior, but I was going to be the kind of man who treated her with the care she deserved. Eventually, friendship became love. And unlike any relationship I'd had before, we took our time. We had long, meaningful conversations about our futures, our values, and where we saw ourselves in 5, 10, even 20 years. About 2.5 years in, I had everything lined up. Stable career, solid savings, a home of my own. Proposed. She cried, said yes, and threw her arms around me with a kind of smile that made me think, this is it. This is forever. We didn't want a drawn-out engagement. 6 months felt just right. Long enough to plan something beautiful, short enough to keep the excitement alive. Wedding plans kicked off immediately, and since Talia was a perfectionist with a great eye for detail, she took the reins. From floral designs to food tastings, she handled it all. I trusted her judgment and gave input when needed, but mostly, I let her create the wedding of her dreams. We weren't living together yet. My place was too small, and we were in the process of house hunting. But she spent most weekends at my apartment. It wasn't conventional, but it worked for us, or so I thought. About a month before the wedding, Talia mentioned that her old high school was hosting a reunion out of state. She said it would be a short weekend trip, just catching up with old classmates. I asked her, calmly but clearly, "Do you really think it's necessary to go on this trip? With the wedding just weeks away?" Instead of responding with understanding, she brushed it off with a laugh. "It's just a harmless catch-up, Marcus. It's not a big deal." But to me it was. Not because I didn't trust her, but because something about the timing, the people, and the secrecy made me uneasy. I wasn't trying to be controlling. I just wanted us focused on building our life together. I told her honestly, "It doesn't sit right with me." She didn't argue, but she didn't agree either. And the topic just faded into silence. Fast forward a few days. Talia was at my place again. We were hosting a couple we were both close to. Everything seemed fine on the surface. While I chatted with the husband in the living room, Talia and his wife stepped outside for one of their private girl talks. Her phone, left on the coffee table, kept buzzing. First I ignored it. But after the third call, this time from our wedding planner, I picked up. I knew the planner well and figured it might be urgent. She just wanted to confirm some changes Talia had requested. I jotted them down and hung up. But then I saw something. Notifications, messages, a name I didn't recognize at first glance. The previews looked off. Intimate. Familiar. I unlocked the phone. Not because I was snooping, but because my instincts were screaming. And we had each other's passcodes. We trusted each other. I opened the thread. It was Travis. Her ex. The same man she once cried to me about. The one who broke her. And they hadn't just reconnected, they had been reconnecting. For months. Flirty texts, inside jokes, reminiscing over shared memories. The tone was intimate. The frequency undeniable. I scrolled up and saw her telling him about our engagement. She said, "Yeah, he put a ring on it." He replied, "So I guess he's the cleanup guy now." She responded with a laughing emoji. Something inside me cracked. I didn't say anything right away. I waited until the guests left. I needed silence. Clarity. When she came back inside, I told her calmly, "Talia, I really don't want you going to that reunion." Before I could explain, before I could bring up what I'd just seen, she snapped. "Are you insecure or something?" she barked. "We're not even married yet, and you're already trying to control me?" She didn't even let me speak. She packed a bag, stormed out, and that was that. She didn't know what I saw. She didn't ask why I was upset. She didn't care. That night, everything fell silent. And in that silence, I felt something die. Not just trust, but hope. The next morning, I transferred every cent I had contributed to our joint wedding account back into my personal one. That money was meant for us. There was no us anymore. Then I made the hardest phone call of my life, to my parents. "There's no wedding," I said flatly. "It's over." They were shocked. I told them the truth. And they stood by me. A few days later, I opened Instagram for the first time since the fight. And there it was. Beach photo. Talia in a bikini. Standing beside Travis. Smiling. He had posted it with the caption, asterisk, "Just like old times." Asterisk. She was tagged. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. But something final happened in my heart. That was the nail in the coffin. I blocked her number. Deleted every photo, message, memory. Removed her from my life like she never existed. Later, she texted me from a different number. Said I was too quick to cut her off. That pulling the money was an overreaction. That I hurt her. I didn't reply. Then she asked if I was still angry. Asked if we could talk like adults. I told her one thing. "There's nothing left between us. I wish you the best." She didn't stop. More texts followed. Some begging, others pretending like nothing happened. She said it was just a picture. That I was reading too much into it. But trust, when it breaks like that, when respect is gone, there's no coming back. I eventually told her. I saw everything. The messages, the jokes, the disrespect. "You and Travis are perfect for each other. Don't ever call or text me again." And I meant it. So here I am now. Months later. I'm not going to lie, some nights still hurt. Some mornings I wake up and expect to see her name flash on my screen. But I don't regret anything. Because the truth, walking away was the most respectful thing I ever did for myself.